whole mess started. But game number 3 is here in the Showmatch best-of-9 between SnOvSki and ZPR. Spawning in the 1 o'clock position as our yellow Zerg player. It is going to be ZPR. And of course, he's still facing off against the teal Protoss player spawning in the 5 o'clock position. It is going to be SnOvSki, who has the nice clan tag of ECV in front of his name. ZPR, I should ask him if he already has a team or if he's still looking for a team or something like that. But let's see what they are gonna go for right now. Last game, very greedy game from ZPR, but those Blink Stalkers, when they get at a critical mass in number, they are just so incredibly insane. And also, I was just I've not been able to read chat a whole lot when I'm casting games, because I really want to focus on the game, see what is going on there. But yeah, both of these players, they're definitely top 100 Grandmaster. They're excellent players, as if you haven't realized that just yet from the games we've played before. They're really good up-and-comers, so let's see what else they have in store for us. There's definitely going to be a lot of games today, and the skill seems to be relatively equal right now, so I would not mind at all if we are going to see all 9 maps being played today. So ZPR is opening up with that hatch first once again. This map, it's definitely possible to go for a 3 hatch before pool. Still not as popular though, and we do see that the spawning pool is going to come down. And the reason for that is of course that this map is a lot smaller, and there's also 2 other locations where your opponent can spawn. But also there are a lot more chokes on this map that can be exploited by something like a Sentry Immortal All-In or something like that. Because also in a situation like this, it is impossible for ZPR to take this base as a third base. Because this choke where SnOvSki is most likely going to attack, you only need a few force fields in order to completely wall it off. And also you can deny any reinforcements from coming in with only using 2 force fields. And you can kill off the third base, recall after that, or just slice the army in half and kill it in 2 different ways. So once again, we do see a very quick Zealot from SnOvSki. He wants to send that across the map, force out some early units, as SnOvSki back at home is going to take his first Nexus on the low ground at the natural base. Now the probe did go in for a little scout there. No, he did not even go in for the scout. Just saw that he just wanted to see if there was a third base, to see if there are more 3 hatch before pool shenanigans coming down. None of this was the case, but the probe is going to stay on the map for now. He might drop down a proxy pylon or something like that. Definitely a possibility, but yeah, that Zealot is not going to find a third base in that position just yet. And some Zerglings are already out, so he's definitely going to need Mothership Core support in order to get some damage done. But the Mothership Core for now is going to stay at home. Third base, of course, has to be delayed a little bit. Zergling speed is on the way, and this is a perfect response to a Gateway first expansion. And I believe that this Overlord saw everything. No, he did not even see the Nexus just yet. He just knows that he's not in the 9 o'clock position. But for the rest, he has not seen a single building at this point. Now the Zealot did get killed off already. Yeah, he did lose it for 3 Zerglings. He does see, he tried to go for the wall off, but that probe is going to hold the line. Does put down another building just in time in order for 1 Zergling to escape and tell the tale of how he almost got into the natural base of SnOvSki right now. And now with this sentry out, there's nothing going to happen anymore. Now pylon is already going to come down. How many gateways are currently on the map? There are 2 inside the main base, 2 inside the natural base. So we are going to see some 4-gate pressure, but there is not a third base to get a cancel on just yet. Hardly any drones on the natural as well. Wait, he has perfect saturation inside his natural in his main base, but also 6 drones mining that gas. So definitely a very tech heavy build, and we do see the evolution chamber come down with a baneling nest. And of course with that 4-gate pressure, Zealots are going to be the main unit to warp in. We're going to see sentries here, and if he can get up that ramp towards the natural, and he can get a force field right here on the main base, he might even be able to get a kill on this one. But that's of course ideal working scenarios, and we do see some Zerglings going to go for the counterattack. There is still 1 force field in this 1 sentry. Will he get in? The Zerglings were trying to bust through there, but that is not going to happen. On the other side of the map, the Zealots and Sentries are going to move in. The Mother Core is still alive, has energy for a photon, has energy for a time warp in case it is needed. Has to be very careful for those queens though, and he's not fully committing just yet, but definitely putting on the pressure. Bailings are being built right now. And Proxy Pylon was being built, but it's being cancelled. He knows he should not commit too much here, because he knows that there's still no third base, and at this point, you know, as a pros player, you're in a pretty good position. However, at this point, still no tech. One Bailing does manage to slip through. The other ones do get trapped behind the force field. Very nice awareness of SnOvSki right there, and also another Pylon will be here for the reinforcement. The probe wants to get the detonation from that Bailing. But is he going to get it? It would be amazing if he would be able to get it. But oh yes, he does get one Bailing for a probe. That's very cute micro right there. A little bit of a mistake for ZPR. But now also Stalkers being warped in. They are no light units, and Bailings do extra damage against the light units. And those Stalkers will be able to eat quite a few Bailings before dying off. That is not the cost efficient trade. It's like it's really like the Marauder and the Marine equivalent. So he sends up the Stalker first, and look how little damage those Bailings do against them. There we do see Time Warp. Are we going to see some more force fields? Yes, they do shield them away from the Bailings. The Bailings not getting any contact area at all, and one Zealot being a hero right there. He wants to hug those Bailings real bad, but too many Zerglings. Make sure that that does not happen. SnOvSki is still continuing this pressure. Do we see any transition back at home? No, he has one assimilator, but not mining from it inside his main base. He's mining off of 2 gases in total, but still no third base. Just a bunch of Zerglings for ZPR, and the force field energy is getting quite low at this point. But still, so many Zealots here to deal and tank the damage from the Zerglings. But those Bailings finally getting some connection with the Zealots, and all but one of the Bailings is now completely gone, and more Zealots do get warped in. Not enough Zealots and Zerglings to clean this up just yet. But more Bailings are on the way right now. The supplies are still dead even pretty much. And he's going to focus down a few of those Bailings before they finish up. And those Bailings, they're going to have a field day against those Zealots. But off of the creep, they're just going to be too slow to connect to those Zealots and Stalkers actually. So he still needs both units. He's trying to focus them down, but the Zerglings is really messing up with the pathing there. And they do get very nice rounds right there, but the Bailings are connecting finally, but not getting as much splash damage off as they would have liked to. As a follow-up, we do see that the Dark Shrine once again is going to come through. Let's see if he can do as much damage as he did on Deadwing. But I don't know. There is a lair on the map already. Bailing Nest is researching that Bailing speed. But now this wall off is so incredibly powerful. 3 sentries behind this, he can wall off quite a few of those Bailings that are going to come through. 13 of them are on the way. Still, there is a reinforcing pylon right there. The Bailings are here. The force fields are great though, and those Bailings, they are not going to come through. And a lot of Zerglings will get slaughtered by the tickling cannons of those sentries right there. Does he have more energy on those sentries? Yes, he does. He has plenty of energy. Those Bailings, they're not going to do anything. And remember that Dark Shrine in the main base, it is finishing up. He is going to need those units back at home to help defend against those Dark Templars. He's warping in 3 once more. He's not working. Yeah, he's now going to be working on that third base as well. No Spore Crawlers inside the natural base or in the main base. How many Overseers are on the map? He has not spotted this at all. 1 Overseer now finally being morphed. Another one in... Oh, no, 2 Overseers in the natural being morphed. And we are going to see a slaughterhouse for those drones right there. Also the Dark Templar inside the main base doing quite a bit of damage. But the Zerglings are distracting them quite a bit. Dark Templar even getting the kill on the Queen, but they will get cleaned up. Just a lot of lost mining time, and only 7 drones have died off. Wait, where did that... Was that another Dark Templar going down to one of the Banelings? At least the third base was cancelled, so definitely a great position for SnOvSki to still be in. He's going to go for his own third base at this point. And yes, there are a lot of Zerglings on the map. And there are rolling Banelings on the map, but there's a reason why you don't see Banelings in the Protoss versus Zerg matchup a whole lot, just because those force fields do zone them out so incredibly heavily. And with the Stalkers tanking so much of the damage of those Banelings, they're just not going to do all that much damage. But on creep, if they get a good surround on a Protoss army that is usually very clumped up, they are going to be able to do a whole lot of damage. But a lot of units at the third base, more Zerglings being trapped in. Few of them find their demise right there, but if the Protoss can put a third base down before a Zerg player can, you know that the Protoss is in a great position. But here are the Banelings. Can just right click maybe on the Nexus, but he's not even getting that close. The sentries have perfect force fields, and the probes are here for the transfer, but not even those can be detonated on. SnOvSki playing very well, quite risky with those probes, because you do not want to lose them at all. Wait, we do have the +1 attack upgrade finishing up right now, +2 attack starting up, and here go the Overseers. What else can come over the top? We do see a bunch of Overlords with their pneumatized carapace being sent across the map. He's going to need some extra Overseers to help deal with the Dark Templars that can be warped in. But the third base already finished up for SnOvSki at this point. ZPR is trying to get the third base going, but here we go. Another set of drones being attempted to transfer, but he's going to need some detection here before he can kill them off. The Overseer a little bit lazy right there. And still some kills on that Dark Templar before they get killed off. So a pretty scrappy game has been going on. I don't know what's wrong with my mouse at this point. But here we go. SnOvSki has a great supply lead, even a supply block from ZPR. He has 2 Overlords in production, but it's going to take some time before they are going to be done. And the economy for SnOvSki is just so much better than that of ZPR right now. He has definitely managed to find some holes in the defense of ZPR in the early game. But here we go. The Banelings are rolling past the probe and past the Zealots. And there are not a lot of sentries here. Oh wow, he detonates so much on those Stalkers. Definitely got some kills right there. And the army of SnOvSki definitely being shrunk down quite a bit, but he has the economy to replace those, and those Banelings, they're still quite expensive. And here we go, 2 more Dark Templars making their way inside the natural base, but there's a Spore Crawl this time. Cannot get too much damage here, but 2 more Dark Templars are trying to go towards the third base, but he should not be able to get them. If you can get some Banelings for it, it would still be pretty great. And he doesn't manage to do so. All the Dark Templars do get killed off. That was a pretty big investment for SnOvSki. Not paying off for him, but at home he's getting those Archons going. Did not go for a robotics facility just yet, I believe. No, he still is working off of only gateway units. And now he is going to need some extra splash damage against this amount of Zerglings and Banelings. Oh, and there we go. We have Overlord's drops coming through. Do we have Blink on those Stalkers? Yes, we do have Blink, so he can micro against this a little bit. But this is a lot of Overlords. He even has a few dummies in here. And this can even either work out amazingly and make ZPR look like a god, or it can also fail miserably. So let's see. He's going to scout this right now. Archons are going to tank so many Baneling shots. The Zerglings are being blocked out. The first Overlord is going to go down, but there is going to be the Bane Rain. Those Archons, they are tanking so much damage, and this seems to not be doing a whole lot of damage. Still a few extra Banelings are rolling in, but the units just do not seem to die. And this was a huge investment. ZPR being so incredibly heavily supply blocked right now. The Blink forward to get the kill on those extra Overlords right now. And he is supply blocked 82 out of 30. He hardly has any Overlords left at this point. He has only 1 Overlord left. The rest is Overseers. And there we go. The attack has failed quite a bit. There's a GG, and SnOvSki takes game number 3, getting himself the first lead in this best of 9 show match.